Welcome Wargamers, Josh back to bring you another Warhammer Age of Sigmar bat rep. Today I got Travis with me.
Hello.
You're a semi-local guy, right? You're from...
Toronto. Yep.
Okay, so you're not too far out.
About an hour and a half drive in, or more.
Cool. So we're going to throw down some AOS today. You have your Chaos Army here.
Yep.
With supplementing a little bit from the studio collection. By supplementing, I think you got like one model.
Yep, one model.
And now that I have beaten up David White and stolen his models, I'm going to continue to play some Beastclaws. I'm going to try a variation of something I've done before, and we'll see how it works. So let's check out the armies, the board, and get to the game. Let's start off with looking at Travis's kind of mixed chaos list here. So this is absolutely gorgeous looking.
Thanks, man.
You got a lot of really sweet looking models. This was all painted by you?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely some good looking stuff. So obviously heavy focus on Dragon Ogors in the back, but do you want to run us through everything you have in your list?
Sure thing. The first thing I want to point out is the original Slambo up front.
And that's the original, that's not the new one.
Right, this is the metal one.
Nice.
So we got Slambo, 80 points up front. Then he has this Sorcerer Lord beside him, a unit of 20 Marauders, a unit of 10 Chaos Chosen, 10 Plague Bearers, 3 Dragon Ogres with the crushing weapons, and then 6 Dragon Ogres with the ancient weapons. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, and that model is from Mersha Miniatures, for anybody wondering.
Okay.
And then the stand-in ally here from MiniWarGaming, the
Glotkin.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you've got some, was it Harpies in the back?
Yeah, and there's some Harpies there behind there. Just
Okay.
5 of them for objective grabbing.
Which actually will make a big deal in the scenario when I go ahead and show you guys the scenario. Now as far as your general, who's your general?
My general is the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth in the back, and his command trait is Lord of War.
Okay, remind me real quick, Lord of War is which one?
Okay.
Alrighty, yeah, so Lord of War, we did the double check. It's the pick a friendly chaos unit within 3 inches of the general in the hero phase, and you get to add 1 to the hit rolls for that unit until your next hero phase. So you can do it on your general or a unit within 3 in the hero phase. Pretty good, and I think for artifacts you went Chaos Runeblade?
Yep, so when you get the Runeblade, you get to pick 1 melee weapon, which will be the giant hammer he has there. And he gets 1 extra swing with it, so that's pretty good on him because he has damage 3.
Ooh, nasty. Well, let's go over and take a look at my list here. So this is my Beastclaw Raider list I'm going to try out. So I have a Frost Lord on Stonehorn. He is going to be my general. So I took Massive Bulk to give him an extra wound, as well as the Pelt to Charngar. So that allows him to, basically every hero phase he rolls a d6. On a 1 to 3 he heals 1 wound. On a 4 to 6 he heals d3 wounds back. So pretty good. And I also have taken in the back next to him a unit of Thundertusk Beast Riders. And then the rest of the army is actually the Earlbad formation, so it gives me some bonuses there. In that formation I've got a Huskard on Stonehorn for my additional artifact, because I took a War Square Battalion, I went with another Pelt of Charngar. Because why not? There's also a unit of Stonehorn Beast Riders with him, and then 2 units of 2 Mournfang, and they've got the Culling Clubs and Iron Fists. For those, I've got the Standard Bearer and the Musician in each unit. So the Earlbad, what it's going to give me is, for anything that's part of the Earlbad, on a wound roll of 6, I cause a mortal wound in addition to any other damage that gets through. And then I also, the Huskard gets +1 damage to all of his melee weapons, so he becomes quite the beast. And that is my 2,000 point list of Beastclaw Raiders. This is the board we are playing on today. We're doing the Border War scenario, which is kind of the one scenario I was really nervous about with this army. So the way it works is there is 1 objective in each of our deployment zones, as well as 2 neutral objectives halfway up the board. And then, of course, the other one in the other guy's zone. So the way that this scenario works is that you control a point by having more models at the end of the turn than the enemy has, within 6. And you control that objective even if you move off of it. You score at the end of the turn as well. So if you're holding your own home objective, you're going to score 1 point. Either of the objectives in the middle of the board are worth 2, And if you can get the enemy's objective, it is worth 4 points. So it's going to be difficult for me because you definitely are going to outnumber me all over the place. But I also am a pretty zippy fast army, so I'm pretty interested to see what happens here. We have got the armies deployed on the board. So we've got the Beastclaw Raiders right here in the middle. Not fancy deployment because I got 8 models. Moving over to this side of the board, we have got the Harpies there along with the Dragon Ogors and your Chaos Sorcerer behind them. Down the line we got Slambo, as well as some more Dragon Ogres. We have got Chaos Warriors. This is your unit of Marauders.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Glockkin, unit of Plague Bearers, as well as your Shaggoth. Looking at my options here, I mean, you don't really have much shooting, as Chaos typically doesn't. But I don't want you to grab those objectives right off the bat. So here's my conundrum, because I'm going to get to pick who goes first. I could go first and rush up and then get charged, but I might be able to get some points early on you. Or I can let you come take the points and try my best to table you off the board. You know what? I think it's going to be Chaos turn 1. Starting off in the hero phase, you got actually quite a few things to do here in the hero phase. So we're going to start at this end of the table, move our way down. So we're going to start off, we're going to use your command ability for your general to make this unit of Marauders immune to Battle Shock. So they are immune to Battle Shock. Casting for the Glockkin, we're going to go Fleshy Abundance on the unit of Marauders. So you're looking for a 7 to cast that, I believe. Makes sense being Nurgle. And
so 7.
7 exactly, so they have Fleshy Abundance. The way that works is that every model in the unit gains an additional wound until your next hero phase. And your next hero phase, they go back down to 1 wound each. So they're pretty resilient for a little while, and then they might just crumble. And then we also want to do the Mystic Shield on that unit as well. So this is being cast on a 6.
Nope, not today.
No, you rolled 6 and... yeah, you rolled 9.
Oh yeah, you want to
yeah,
get
you're
above.
totally
That's
good.
right.
You're
that's
totally
right.
good on that one. Stacking all the bonuses on that Marauder unit makes them actually pretty tough. So they get +1 to their save, they're immune to Battle Shock, and they're all an extra wound. And then we are going to move down the line over here. We've got your Chaos Sorcerer. You get a couple different different spell options with him. So you've got the Demonic Power,
Yep.
which lets you re-roll. Let's see if I can remember this properly. To hit, to wound, and armor save rolls of 1.
Yep.
Pretty good. So that's cast on a 5. Do you know what unit you want to throw that on?
Yeah, the Dragon Ogres just in front.
Okay, 2d6. You're looking for 5 or better, sir. And yeah, you're definitely get it with a 9 again.
Okay.
And what token are we using for that one?
That would be the green.
Okay. And then last, you've got the Oracular Vision, which is just re-rolling save rolls of 1. And that was going to go over on the Harpies.
Yep.
And there you go. You don't get a roll for that. It's just automatic. That's going to bring us over to the movement phase. We're going to start off here with the Plague Bearers. They got a movement of 4. You want to run them?
I absolutely do.
Add a d6 to that move. How fast they going?
Oh.
Another 6. They're super speedy today, so this is going to be a 10-inch move. The Plague Bearers moved up. We're going to go over to the Marauders next. You got a 6-inch base movement on them? So that 6-inch base move, so they're going to move 6 plus another d6 plus 1 because they have the drummer to add 1 to the run and charge rolls. So 6 plus another, 2 for an 8-inch move total.
Not bad.
Moving your scary unit of Marauders up the board, and of course that was able to get them within range to grab that objective there. So it's going to be an easy 2 points off the bat for you. Next we're going to go over to, you want to do your Shaggoth?
Shaggoth can move 12, so he's just going to follow up here.
Okay, so he's just running up behind everybody else there.
And the
Glockkin
is just going to hang out where he's at.
Second thought, we're going to go ahead and usually going to move him up the 8.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to tuck in right behind that unit there. The unit of Chosen here just shuffled back a little bit to be close enough to have that objective number 3 and hopefully not have a mammoth charge him right away.
This unit of Dragon Ogres are going to run.
Okay, so they're going to move an extra d6. How fast they go? An extra 4-inch
They
move.
go 8, so they can go 12 total.
Bringing that unit right over to that second objective there. Going to get you some early points again. Over this way, the unit of Harpies. You move 16 with them, so they're going to run as well. So an extra d6. For an extra one. 17-inch move, though. And jumping up on top of the big, giant floating island there. Slambo himself moves 5. Is he going to run or just move his 5?
He's going to move his 5 and run straight towards the enemy.
Go an
Another
extra
6 inches.
Oh, he's getting up in there. I'm going to charge him.
Oh.
Unit of Dragon Ogors here. They got an 8-inch move, but they're going to run for an extra d6.
And the sorcerer is also going to run.
Okay, yeah, we'll get that out of the way now. So 5 plus another 3. Completing the move up that flank there. Over to the shooting. There's nothing in range. I think the Galotkin's like your only ranged attack you can really do there. So that's going to be the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, though, you're going to score 2 points, plus another 1, plus another 2 points for that one. So the score is currently 5-zip as we move on to Beastclaw Raiders turn 1. Start of my turn over here. I need to roll for the Everwinter's Blessing to see what happens with my army. We are going to go ahead and roll a 6. So it's a Raging Blizzard, which doesn't do anything right now. If you had any models within 3 of any of my models, though, we'd roll an additional d6 for each of those units, and on a 6, you would have suffered d6 mortal wounds. So it would be pretty scary. Continuing with the hero phase, General's going to use his command ability, so we're rerolling charges within 14 inches of him. I cannot afford to go slow for this either. I got to get right up there and stop you from scoring those points. So I think we're going to start off with this Stonehorn here. I'm going to run, so a 12-inch base move, plus I get to go another 4 for a 16-inch move total. Bringing that first Stonehorn up nice and close to those tasty little Marauders. Next, I think I'm going to opt to go ahead and I'm going to run my General straight up the board. So the orange one here, so he's a 12-inch move plus another 1 for a 13-inch move total. Bringing him up to right there. Next, let's have the Huskard go ahead and do a run. So 12 plus another 6 for an 18-inch move. He's got something to prove. Off he goes, and I'm going to go ahead. The Thunder Tusk will just advance up ever so slightly. Put some shots over into your Dragon Ogres. Right to there is enough to get him in range of those Dragon Ogres. Back over this way, we're going to go for some runs for the Mournfang. This first unit of Mournfang here is going to go 9 plus another 6 for a 15-inch move total. Heading up right over that way. Now for this unit here, they're going to do much the same. Hopefully they're just as quick. So 9 plus another 2 for an 11-inch move. You guys let me down. That will bring us over to shooting. We are going to go ahead and use the Thunder Tusk. Everything into those Dragon Ogres. Let's go for the big attack first. So on a 2-up, I get to cause 6 mortal wounds to you. And it works, so that's 6 mortal wounds to the Ogres. That's killing off 1 Dragon Ogre, bringing the other one down to 4 wounds remaining. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Harpoon Launcher now. So this hits on 4. Successfully hits. I'm going to wound you on a 3. Fail to wound you. That will now bring us over to charges. Let's start with the Huskard first. He's going to declare a charge. How far does he get to go? 6-inch charge will make it into Slambo, so let's do that. Completing his charge against Slambo. D6 mortal wounds to Slambo because you get charged by a Stonehorn. And that is just 1 mortal wound to him. Let's go over here now. We're going to declare a charge with this Stonehorn. How far is he going to go? Yeah, 8 inches will get him into combat. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I will just end up placing him right there. Good enough for me. D6 mortal wounds to that unit. 2 mortal wounds. So technically that's only going to kill 1 off because they're 2 wounds each right now. My Lord technically could make it into combat over here. It's a 12-inch charge for you to make it in though. So show me 12. No, but he gets a reroll on it because of his own command ability. And it's an 11. It's close, but not quite. Doesn't make it into combat. That will bring us over to combat now. I will opt to have my Stonehorn here, the Beast Riders, pile in and swing first. Starting off the swings, we're going to start off with the Beast Riders Hunting Spear. I get 2 attacks with this. I'm going to hit you on 4s and miss with both. Let's go over to the punches and kicks now. I'm going to get 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Oh, that's better. These are going to be wounding you on 4s now. So that's 2 wounding hits. With all of your stacked bonuses and your shields, I believe you're at a 4-up save. So 2d6, see if you can make 2 4-up saves, sir. Awesome. Okay. Fine. Now I've got the Stonehorn's horns. It's 6 attacks when he's undamaged. I'm going to be hitting you on 4s. And only hit with 1. Uh-oh. Wound you on 3s. Failed to wound. Huh. This is going terribly. D6 attacks with the crushing hooves for 1 attack.
Goodness.
That 1 attack hits on 3s, wounds on 2s. Okay, so at least that hit. Wounds on 2. It does wound you. You get a -1 to your save. So now you are at a 5-up save. You fail it. D3 damage. And that's 3 damage. That kills off 1 model and wounds another. Really not putting me in too great of a position to take that objective away from you. I was hoping to do a ton more. It's your turn to swing. You either have these guys or Slambo can swing before the Huskar does.
Slambo shall swing his mighty Chaos Axe.
Slambo gets D6 attacks.
Boom.
So, okay, there's 6. Slambo, because I am a hero and or monster, is going to hit me on 3s. Okay, you're rolling better than me so far. You're going to wound me on 3s, sir. And that is 4 wounding hits.
-1 rend.
-1 rend. So my 4-up save becomes a 5-up save. And I'm going to go ahead and fail 3 of those. So they're 1 damage apiece.
Yep.
So I'm going to half that round up. So he'll take 2 damage and be down to 10 wounds remaining. Well, I get to swing back. Let's see if I can do any better than the other Stonehorn did. We're going to start off with just the Stonehorn's horns. I get 6 attacks still. I'm going to hit on 4s, wound on 3s. So show me 4s. Yeah, he's substantially angrier than the other one. And because of, being the Huskar in this. Or no, sorry, it's on wound rolls. I was going to try to cheat you on a mortal wound there.
Nah.
Now I'm going to wound you on 3s. Okay. So the way this works is you're going to take 1 mortal wound in addition to anything that else that happens for that 6, and then you've got 2 saves at -2 rend.
So it's 2 6s?
2 6s.
So 3 wounds.
3 wounds each, so he's dead.
He's got 1 left.
Yeah, each of those was 3. It wasn't 3 total, so he's dead.
Slambo.
Last but not least, you have the chance to pile in with your Marauders. Alrighty, so moving them on up there, you get your Barbarian Horde ability. So you still got 20 or more models? How many did they start off with?
No, I do not have more than 20.
Okay, so you don't have 20.
No.
So you don't get to add 1 to the roll. Okay, so roll me a d6 and we'll see what happens. Rolling a 4 means that the unit gets to add 1 to the result of any hit rolls for the unit's attacks until the end of the phase. Alright, so you're already at +1 to hit. You get your Unpredictable Destruction for being within 8 inches of a Chaos Hero. So roll me a d6 on a 6, you get an additional +1 to hit?
Nope.
Nope. So they're going to be hitting on what? I think 3s now?
3s, yep.
So swinging in.
Got 4 hits.
And the axes are 4s to wound.
So 2.
2 wounding hits. You got any rend on that?
Nope.
So I just have my 4-up save.
Ooh.
Fail them both, so I take 2 damage, but that gets halved, so I take 1. That would appear to be the end of the turn. You're immune to battle shock, but I don't think I could have made you fail anyways and didn't kill enough guys. You definitely have more models within 6 of the objective than me, so I am not going to take that from you. And same deal over here. So I'm only going to be scoring 1 point for objective 4 back there, so the score is currently 5-1 for Chaos, but we're going to need to roll for priority in second turn. Let's roll off to see who is going to go first in the second battle round. The Forces of Chaos are going to roll a 1. Uh-oh. Forces of the Beastclaw Raiders, Destruction, getting us 6. We are definitely going to go Beastclaw Raiders turn 2. Let's get right over to my hero phase. We are going to roll for the Everwinter's Blessing, see what happens. The roll is going to be a 6. So any units within 3 inches might be taking d6 mortal wounds. So we're going to test on that unit there. I need to roll a 6 for this to work. No mortal wounds to them. Moving down the line for other things to take care of in the hero phase, we have got his ability, the Pelt of Charangar, so he's going to be healing back up. On a 4-up, he heals D3 wounds. On anything else, he heals a 1. Okay, he's going to heal 1 wound back and be, at 11 wounds remaining now. That will bring us right over to movement. I think we're going to start off by having my Huskard move. Do I want to... Actually, you know what? No, we're going to move my Frostlord first. So he is going to run. So he gets to move 12 plus another d6 for a grand total of, there we go, an 18-inch move. I'll just go ahead and move him up right there, close to your objective. So he has the ability to just move himself over to right there, get 3 inches away from you. This unit of Morn thing back here, I think I'm going to have them just hang out in cover still. I do need to move my Thunder Tusk though. That's good enough. Let's go ahead and this unit of Mornfanger to move over and help secure Objective 1, hopefully. Move them to right there. That should be good enough for now. And I think that is going to be ready to bring us over to the shooting phase. Let's start off with looking for that 6 mortal wounds going over into the unit of Marauders there. It's going to hit on a 2-up. And it does hit. So 6 mortal wounds. You're going to lose 3 models total. And then we have the Harpoon Launcher going to hit you on 4s. It hits. Wounds you on 3s. It wounds. Alright, yeah, it does manage to wound you. So you get your 4-up. And pass it with a 5. They're fine. They don't mind getting shot by harpoons. In combat, he's going to go ahead and shoot his harpoon launcher into them as well. Is that his best target? Or should I try to put wounds onto the Galotkin? You know what? Let's try to put... No, because he heals back up. He'll be fine. Let's shoot the Marauders. Going to hit them with the crossbow on a 4-up. We roll that. It is cocked. Nope, it misses. And I've also got the Vulture. This works kind of weird. So for the Vulture, I'm going to pick a unit with an 18 of yours, and you're going to pick one of your own units with an 18. On a 1 to 3, it hits the unit you picked. On a 4-up, it hits the unit I picked. I'm going to go ahead and pick, again, this unit of Marauders as my target. Who do you want to pick as your target?
The Plague Bearers.
You going to pick the Plague Bearers? Okay, so let's see who it hits. Hits the Plague Bearers. 1 mortal wound to the Plague Bearers, which you get to ignore on a 5-up with your disgusting resilience. Oh, fail it. So you're going to lose 1 of them. That should be it for the shooting attacks out of my army. Let's go on to charges. We can start with my Huskard charging over here. How far is he going to go? A 9-inch charge is enough. I think I'm going to actually have him charge up and over and end up right on that lead ogre. Complete his charge. They're right up over there. D6 mortal wounds for completing a charge. 3 mortal wounds to the Dragon Ogors. So I think the lead one's down to 1 wound remaining now.
Yep.
Same thing, charge my Frost Lord in. How far is he going to go? Yeah, an 8-inch charge is more than enough. I'm just going to basically bring him to right over here. D6 mortal wounds for completing a charge. 2 mortal wounds, that's enough to kill off one of your chosen. Considering my options here, you know what? I think I'm going to go... I will opt to have my Frost Lord over there swing first. I think the Huskar can probably live through this. Scratch that. You got rend on those, so I'm terrified of you. So I'm going to do this combat first. You don't have rend, but you know what? I'm going to stick with this target, because I'm over here anyways. And I still do 2 damage. I don't want that Huskar to get hurt too bad, because he's a big-time damage dealer for me. I'm going to start off with the Stonehorn's Horn, so I get 6 attacks. These hit on 4s. Okay, I got 3 hits. Perfectly average for him. Now show me 3s to wound. There we go, pretty good. That is 2 wounding hits with a -2 rend. That means you're on 6s. So with a 1 and a 2, okay, so that's 6 damage total. They're 5 wounds apiece, so I think that is both models down. Next up, you're going to opt to have your Chosen move up and swing into my Frost Lord. Completing your pylon like so. That's everybody able to swing except for one guy in the back that didn't make it in. They have a ton of attacks. I maybe should have went over here first. Swinging into the Frost Lord there. You get like 25 attacks out of this. You are hitting me on 3s. Pretty good. Pretty good. These are now wounding on 3s. 6s are just mortal wounds, and you got a good amount of 6s in there. And I'm going to have some saves I owe you. That is 4 mortal wounds so far, and quite a few saves to make, so my 3-up save goes to a 4-up save. Alright, so I'm going to fail another 4. So that's a grand total of 8 wounds, which means he will take 4, and be down to 10 wounds remaining. Well, I might as well go over here and swing with this stone horn, see if I can get some damage put on you. I think, I've only taken 1 wound with him, so he's still fresh. We'll start off with the horn attacks on him. Again, hitting on 4s. He woke up a little bit. Now he wounds you on 3s. Now he's back to being tired. 1 wounding hit onto your unit here. You get a -2 to your save, so your 4 becomes a 6-up. Fail it. That's 3 damage so far, so you've already got a wounded model, so that'll kill 2 off, but we'll pull them and see what else we can do. Next up, I have D6 Crushing Hooves for 3. These are hitting you on 3s. Nice. Wounding on 2s. Okay, so we have a grand total of 2 wounding hits with a -1 rend, so your 4-up save goes to a 5-up save. Fail them both. D3 damage apiece. So that is a grand total of 6 damage, enough to kill off 3 more. Now I have got the Beast Raiders Hunting Spear, so I'm going to be hitting you 2 attacks here, 4s and 3s. Nope. And punches and kicks, 3 attacks, 4s and 3s. Nope, it's 2 hits. Or sorry, no, only 1 hit. 3s. And no, fails to do anything. Well, at least it killed a couple. Just makes sense now. The remaining Marauder's going to pile in and swing. Piled in like so, able to get everybody in, ready to swing. You have a couple of abilities to take care of here. Barbarian Horde first, I believe. So you're looking for that 4-up. You do get it, so you're +1 to hit. And you also are close enough to this hero still for the Unpredictable Destruction. So on a 6, no. So you're at +1 to hit. I think you're hitting on 3s with them. 10 swings against me. You are going to be hitting me on 3s with your bonus. Pretty good. So you get, what, 2 misses out of the whole bunch?
Yep.
Nice. Now you're going to wound me on 4s. Lady average is still not necessarily on my side there. 4 wounding hits is pretty good. I get a 4-up save. And I'm going to go ahead and fail 3, so it means I'm still going to take 2 damage and be down to 9 wounds remaining on him. Now, the last combat for me to take care of here is going to be my Frost Lord, seeing if you can get some revenge on these little guys. We're going to start off with the Stonehorn's Horns. I'm going to get 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. Okay, that is only 2, wounding you on 3s. That is 1 wounding hit with a -2 to your save. What do you go to, a
6?
6, okay. Fail it. So that is a grand total of 3 damage. That's going to kill 1.5 models so far. Next, he gets his Frost Spear, so I get 4 attacks on 3s and 3s. There you go, big guy. Get angry. 3s to wound. Oh, 2 wounding hits. You get a -1 to your save, so you're at a 5-up. Fail them both. They're 3 damage apiece, so you've taken a grand total of 9 wounds so far. He gets to punch you and kick you. 3s and 3s. 3s to wound. Okay, so that's 2 wounding hits. No penalty to your save, so you're on a 4-up. And 1 pass, 1 fail. So that's 1 damage. You're at 10 damage taken so far. And I'm going to go ahead and get the D6 Crushing Hooves. So that is 5 attacks with that, which I really can't complain about. These are going to be hitting you on 3s, wounding on 3s. So 3 hits. That is 2 wounding hits at a -1 rend, so a 5-up save. Fail them both, they're D3 damage apiece. So that's another 6 damage. So 16 total, that's enough to kill 8. That went pretty well. He could do a lot of damage. So the way this is going to work is you are going to owe me a bravery test, sir. So you lost a grand total of what, 9 models this turn? Actually, yeah, I don't even know if you can...
There's 8 models.
Unfortunately, yeah, bravery's 7, losing that many models. There's no way for him to stick around. So yeah, he is just gone. This unit here is still immune to battle shock. So at the end of the turn, we got to figure out what I score. I do not actually manage to take this one away from you because you still have, you got more models than me within objective 1. So I'm not going to get this one, which is kind of a big deal. But I am going to get your home objective. So that is worth 4 points there. Plus I'm going to get 2 points over there for this objective. And then my 1 home objective. So a grand total of 7 scored this turn. I am up to 8 points. This is going to bring us over to turn 2 hero phase for Chaos. Do you want to start this into the board and work our way down again?
Sure.
Okay, so your general has his command ability. Oh, actually, we forgot to roll battle shock for these guys. You can't have everybody flee, but on a 1 you'll get a model back. No. Okay, so they don't get a model back. They're all fine. So he can use his, is it Lord of War?
No, it's
Because he's got the command trait Lord of War, doesn't he? So he can pick a unit within 3?
no, it's just him. Oh wait.
Alright, yeah, so we're going to go Lord of War onto the Shaggoth, so he gets the, I think it's 1 extra attack. Do you want to make a unit immune to battle shock?
Yep, the plague bearers in front.
Okay, so plague bearers are immune to battle shock this turn, and is, I think that's everything for him taken care of.
Right.
Next, we're going to go over to the Glotkin. You're going to go for Fleshy Abundance over onto your Marauders again?
Yeah, let's do the plague bearers instead.
You can do the Plague Bearers instead, so the
Yep.
Plague Bearers are going to have multiple wounds. Casting on a 7, you get it with an 8. I don't have anything to stop that with.
And I'll also cast Mystic Shield on the same unit.
Onto the Plague Bearers, okay. Definitely getting it. So the Plague Bearers are souped up now. Move to this side of the board. Your Chaos Sorcerer is going to go Ocular Vision, is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay.
The dragon, or on himself.
Yeah, he's going to put that onto himself, and then he's going to go for Demonic Power onto the Dragon Ogors.
Yep.
So that is being cast on a 5. And you get it with the 5. So the buffs are back up. That will bring us over to movement. Plague Bearers, you want to advance or run them?
I'll run them.
Gonna run them, okay, so 4-inch move plus another 4 for 8 inches total. Bringing those Plague Bearers right up to there. Next, we're gonna have the Shaggoth move up. He's got a 12-inch move, so he kind of gets to wherever he wants to be. Right to there. It was nice knowing you guys, Mornfang. Next, we're gonna have the Glotkin move over this way. We did some pre-measuring, so you've got, what, an 8-inch move?
Yep.
And you are exactly 16 inches away, so when the time comes, it will be an 8-inch charge. This might just be a good fight if you make it in. Harpy's opting to, you want to run them or they're just going to move across the top there?
They're just going to move across the top.
Perfect. Ending up right there. Next we're going to go down to the Dragon Ogres. They're going to be moving as a unit. Going to fight the Huskard.
Absolutely.
Ending him up right there. Chaos Sorcerer going to run 5 plus another d6 for a 7-inch move total. That brings us over to the shooting phase. We've got the Glotkin taking a shot at my Frost Lord here. You're going to hit me on a 3, wound me on a 4.
1 attack?
1 attack. So it hits. Does it wound? Oh, it wounds! -2 rend. So my 3-up save goes to a 5-up save. Come on, big guy, you can save this.
Yes.
No! It's 2d6 damage. So how much damage is it going to be?
Boxcars! 8.
Rolling an 8, so it gets halved down to 4 damage. That's still a pretty hefty hit on him. Puts him down to 6 wounds remaining. I might actually lose him here. Another day here at MiniWarGaming. Declaring some charges, we're going to start off with a Shaggoth charging in. I think that's about a 7-8 inch charge. We'll check to see what you roll. Roll low. Roll, yeah, double ones is definitely not going to make it in.
Sweet.
Whew. Over here, it is an 8-inch charge to make it into combat. Roll low.
Sweet.
4-inch charge, not making it in.
And the Dragon
Oh, I got
Ogors.
lucky. Last but not least, the Dragon Ogors here. I think it's about a 5-inch charge to make it into combat.
Yes.
Oh, they're going to make it in. That's the key. Yeah, 7-inch charge, they're definitely in. Ending up right there. Combat phase now. Opting to swing with the Dragon Ogors first. I'm getting ready to swing here now. You're going to start off with the 4 claws. So it's 2 attacks each, and you got, what, 6 in the unit? So 12 swings going in. You are going to hit me on 4s, rerolling 1s. 1 reroll. Nice. A grand total of, I think, 4 or 5 misses out of that. And then we are looking for 4s to wound. And just about everything wounds.
Rerolling the 1.
Oh yeah, right, because of the spell.
Boom.
Okay, everything wounded.
7.
No Ren, so I get a 4-up armor save. So I'm going to go ahead and fail 3 so far. So we'll mark down that I've taken 3 damage. Swinging in with the ancient weapons now. You're hitting me on 4s, rerolling 1s. Okay, pretty solid roll. You get a couple of rerolls out of that. You actually get a bunch of rerolls. Rerolling those 1s, looking for 4s, converting a pair of them. These are all going to be wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. You got 1 to reroll there. You turn it into a wounding hit. 9 wounding hits. I get my 4-up armor save. Oh no, I'm going to fail a bunch. Okay, so let's see here. That is 4, 7. So I failed 10 total, which is going to do 5 wounds and put me at 6 remaining. I will pick to swing over here with this stone horn. He's taken 3 damage, so he is down a level. We're going to start with the horn, see how much damage you can do. This is 5 attacks. I'm going to be hitting you on... Yeah, it's 4s and 3s here. So I got 3 hits so far. 3s to wound. 2 wounding hits at a -2 rend, which I think just... Yeah, you don't get any save anymore. So they're 3 damage a piece, so that is 6 dead. Now let's go ahead and do the Crushing Hooves, D6 swings. I'm going to get 2. Looking for 3s and 3s. So that's 1 hit, 3s to wound. It does wound, -1 rend, so your 5-up becomes a 6-up. Nope, D3 damage for another 2 dead. Let's go ahead and do, we'll do the Hunting Spear. 2 attacks, 4s and 3s. So that's 2 hits, 3s to wound. That is 2 wounding hits with no rend, so you're on a 5-up save because of the shields. Pass 1, fail 1, that's 2 damage, so you got 1 guy left. And last but not least, I got some punches and kicks. So 3 attacks, 4s and 4s. That's 2 hits, 4s. And that's a mortal wound in addition to anything else, so that is the unit gone. We will go over here to the Huskard next and see if you can do some damage to these Dragon Ogres. We'll start off with the 4 horn attacks, looking for 4s and 3s here. Okay, 2 hits. Show me 3s. That is 1 wounding hit with a -2 rend. What's the Dragon Ogre save?
4.
Okay, so it goes to a 6. That's 3 damage so far.
Okay.
D6 attacks with the hooves for 6. There we go. These are going to be hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. Good amount of hits. Wounding on 3s. So that is another 3 wounding hits with a -1 rend, so you go to a 5-up save. And you want to reroll that one? It's cocked. Oh, yeah, it's a 1.
Reroll.
Oh yeah, you get to reroll 1s. True. Okay, so you save 1. 2d3 damage here. So that is another 3 damage. And last but not least, I got the punches and kicks. 3s. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. So that is 1 mortal wound in addition to anything else that happens here. And then you have just got your regular 4-up save. Fail it and 1 more damage. 8 damage, so you're going to lose 1 and 1 takes 3, so he's down to 2 remaining. That is it for combat. So over to Battle Shock. You did lose 1 model. Bravery 6 down to 5, so on a 6 you'll have a model flee. There he is. So might as well just pull that wounded one. Nice. So at the end of your turn, you are going to score 2 points for this objective, and I think that is about it. So with those 2 points, you're up to what now? 7 to my 8. And we're going to roll for third turn, see who goes first. Alrighty, so big turn, turn 3. We're going to see who gets to go first here. You want to roll first? So the Chaos Force is rolling a 1 again. You are not getting lucky with these. Destruction rolling a 6. I'm getting mighty lucky. So yeah, we're going to go turn 3, Beastclaw Raiders. Over to my Frost Lord in the hero phase, Pelt to Charngar, 4 up to heal D3 wounds. And I do get to heal D3 wounds. How many wounds back? Okay, just 1 anyways. So he goes back up to 7 wounds remaining. He's still pretty badly hurt. Huskard over there, same thing. 4 up. No, so he's going to heal a single wound, be at 6 remaining. I'm going to use his command ability to reroll charges in the bubble around him. And we also need to roll for the Everwinter table and see what happens. Roll in the Everwinter table will be a 5. So Deadly Frostbite. I'm going to roll a dice for every enemy unit within 3 inches of at least one of the Beastclaw Raider models. On a 6, you're going to suffer D3 mortal wounds. That's only those Dragon Ogres there, so on a 6... No Deadly Frostbite today. On to my movement. I think I'm going to bring both the Stonehorns in to get charges on the Glockkin, because I need him dead. Ending their movements like so. This unit of Mournfang are going to hang out right where they're at, because that's, actually, you know what, the one, they're going to move back ever so slightly, just to be within 6 of this objective. Yeah, that's about right there. Mr. Thundertusk is going to move over. Get ready to put some shots into probably your Shaggoth. This unit of Mournfang back here, I'm going to go ahead and run them. How far are they going to go? An extra 2 inches, so 11-inch move total. I just want to bring them over towards this objective. Just like that. That is it for my movement. Let's go over to shooting now. We're going to start with the Thundertusk, putting all of his shots over into the Shaggoth there. So I'm going to be hitting the Shaggoth on a 2-up with the Icy Breath. And I do hit him. He's going to take 6 mortal wounds. Puts him down to 4 wounds remaining. Now we'll try to shoot him with the Harpoon Launcher. 4s to hit. 3s to wound. Fails to wound him. Now we're going to go over to the shooting. I'm going to release the Vulture at you. I'm going to pick the Glockkin as my target. You got to pick one of your units within 18. Who do you want to pick? To potentially take 1 mortal wound. The Plague Bearers are in range.
They are?
Yeah.
I'll take the Plague Bears.
Alrighty, so 4 up to hit the Glockkin. And I do. Glockkin takes 1 mortal wound. He's down to like 17 remaining. And now the Harpoon Launcher into the Glockkin. Show me a 4 to hit. It hits a 3 to wound. It does manage to wound the Glockkin. What's his save base? A 3-up or a 4-up? 4-up save there. Not getting it. D3 damage. Only do 1 more, so he's down to 16. That brings us over to charges, I do believe. We're going to start with this Stonehorn. He's definitely going to make it in against the Glockkin. And as he completes his charge, he gets to do D6 mortal wounds to you. For 2 mortal wounds, bring you down to 14. Same thing over there with the Frost Lord. Going to charge. 3 inches is just barely enough to make it in, so why not? And D6 mortal wounds on the way in with Frost Lord. That's a big 6, so it's going to bring you down to 8 wounds remaining. And now it's time for combat, so let's go ahead and I'm going to have my Frost Lord swing first, see if I can kill the Glottkin. Swinging now. We don't check the ability of the Glottkin. There's no way for me to roll high enough to fail the bravery tests here to get penalties. So I'm going to be hitting you on 4s with the Stonehorn's horns. That is 3 hits so far, and I'm going to wound you on 3s. That is only 1 wounding hit. You get a -2 rend. So you're looking for a 6 up, not getting it, and that's 3 damage down, so you're at 5 now. Let's do the Frost Spear now. I got 4 attacks hitting on 3s. 3 hits. I'm going to be wounding you on 3s. So that is 2 wounding hits with a -1 rend. So you're at a... Okay, that's passed.
Double 6s, buddy.
3 attacks with the punches and kicks, 3s and 3s. Okay, we got 2 hits, 3s. That's 1. You get your full save here. 4 up, yep, you pass it. And last, we got the Crushing Hooves. So D6 attacks, 6. Nice. These are looking for 3s and 3s. Okay, so half hit. 3s to wound. Everyone's a wounding hit. You get a -1 rend, so you're at a 5 up save, I do believe. And that's 2 fails. They are worth D3 damage apiece. So there's that. This is definitely cocked. How much? Okay.
Let's go 1 left.
1 wound remaining. Weighing your options between attacking with the Glottkin and those Dragon Ogres, your final choice, sir. Who do you want to swing with?
Absolutely the Glottkin.
And which one of these 2 are you going to swing into?
The HQ.
Because now remember, he's already swung. This one hasn't yet.
I'm aware.
Okay, you going to go with it still?
Yep.
We are going to start off, let's just go down the list of attacks here. So we're going to start off with the Flailing Tentacle. You only get 2 attacks with this, but you are going to hit me on 4s. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. You're going to wound me on 2s. That is 2 wounding hits. With a -2 rend, I go to a 5 up save. Pass 1, fail 1, so that's 2 damage on the Frost Lord so far. Moving down, now you have the Lamprey Maw. 1 attack, hitting me on 3. That's off the table. Okay, so that definitely hits. This again wounds on 2. It wounds. -1 rend, so my 3 up save goes to a 4 up save. And I'm going to fail it. D3 damage. So 1. So he's taken 3 damage technically now. Moving down the line, we have Otto's Poison Slick Scythe. 3 attacks, 3s and 3s. See what you can get. Okay, 3 hits again. Stop hitting with everything. 3s to wound. Okay, 2 wounding hits at a -1 rend, so again, 4 up save. Pass 1, fail 1, and D3 damage. So 1, so I've taken 4 wounds, which means I'm going to go down by 2, so I am at 5 wounds remaining on him. The natural choice is to go over here and swing against those Dragon Ogres now. With the amount of damage on the Huskard, I'm only going to get 4 attacks with the horns. Again, 4s and 3s though. Oh, he's so angry. 3s to wound. Okay, so you're going to take a mortal wound in addition to whatever happens, and then these are at -2 rend. So you're looking for a 6 up save. Rerolling 1s. No. Pretty good. So that's like 13 damage I've done so far because the Huskard does the extra 1 damage on everything. So those were actually 4 damage apiece. I might have messed up on that earlier. Next we're going to do the punches and kicks for the Huskard. I'm going to hit on 3s, wound on 4s. Pretty good. Wounding on 4s. Okay. So that is 1 mortal wound in addition to whatever else happens here. And you get a standard 4 up save. You're going to fail it. So 2 damage, so 3 damage total from the mortal wound. Last but not least, D6 attacks with the Crushing Hooves. Oh, for another 6. That's a good roll. I will be hitting on 3s with the Hooves. Okay, not a fantastic roll. Half hits there, still pretty good. Wounding on 3s. So we got 2 wounding hits at a -1 Ren, so you get a 5-up save out of that. Fail them both. They're worth D3 plus 1 damage apiece. Okay, so that's another 8 damage. All that damage, I think that's just enough to kill the unit off, isn't it?
24 damage.
24? Oh, yeah, because you had 20 wounds worth there. So that is the unit erased. Over here now, swinging into the Glotkin, see if I can't finish him off. I'm going to be getting the horn attacks from my Stonehorn there. 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. Well, everything hits. That's cocked. Reroll it. Okay, there's a miss. Wounding on 3s. And that is a grand total of 3 wounding hits. You gotta roll trip 6s here to pass these. There's a 5. And yeah, that's enough damage to kill off the Glotkin. End of turn 3 for the Beastclaw Raiders. At this point, I'm going to get all 4 objectives because I still get to hold this one. I definitely have that one. My home objective, and now nobody's close enough to contest this except for my one Mournfang. So I will be getting this objective. That's a grand total of, 9 points at this turn. So pretty good for me. I couldn't ask for any better. That will bring us over to turn 3 for Chaos. I think it definitely might be an uphill battle for you at this point, but we'll give you the turn and see what happens after this turn. Shaggoth over here, we're going to start your hero phase, so we can use his ability to give somebody the extra attack. I assume he wants to do that to himself to get 1 extra swing. So he gets that automatically. And then you get to make somebody immune to battle shock, which I assume is going to be the Plague Bearers.
Yep.
Now, over to the Sorcerer. You get a couple options here. You can either put spells up on himself, or you can go for the Arcane Bolt. There it is.
Double 6s.
You're definitely going to cast D3 mortal wounds.
2.
2 mortal wounds, so he takes 1 mortal wound and he's down to 5 wounds remaining. That is it for your hero phase. On to movement, I guess?
Yep, these guys are going to run.
Yep, up there you're going to run.
Dang.
So they're going to get to go a grand total of, what's their base move, 16?
17.
So 17-inch move total?
Yeah.
Bringing them to there. They need to roll more than 1 to make it into grabbing that objective. And let's send the Shaggoth up. He's going to be 3 inches away. Same thing with the... Well, the Plague Bearers won't be that close, but they're going to move up as well. Opting to run the Plague Bearers. An extra 2 inches, so yeah, they get a 6-inch move total. Time for the big charge over here. That's definitely going to make it in. Really, this is going to be the big fight of the game right now. So at this point, you've got the Massive Leviathan Axe, and he gets an extra attack because of the command trait. So how many attacks is that going to be? You've taken 6 wounds, so he's at 4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Plus 1, or just
no,
3
sorry,
plus 1?
3 plus 1.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s.
3.
Okay, so we got 3 hits. He's wounding me on 3s. Off the table, just throw another die. Okay, so we got 2 wounding hits. I get a -1 to my save, so my 4-up save goes to a 5-up save. I'm going to fail them both. That's 6 damage from the axe. You also get D3 attacks from the sweeping tail. Let's see how many attacks we're going to get. That's cocked, reroll it. Okay, so 2 attacks with the tail. 4s and 3s. 2 hits, 3s to wound. 1 wounding hit, no rend, so I get my full 4-up save, and I'm going to pass that. Last, you got the 4 limbs. There's 2 attacks here, hitting on 3s. 1 dice cocked, reroll. Okay, so 2 hits, wounding me on 4s, and 1 wounding hit, -1 rend, so I'm going to get a 5-up save, and fail that, and it is worth, okay, only the 1 damage. So he takes 7 damage, which gets halved, down to taking 4. He's at 5 wounds remaining. I get to swing back now, so I've got 4 attacks with the Stonehorn's horn still, because yeah, he's only taken 7 wounds. Show me 4s to hit. Yeah, okay, that all hit. 3s to wound. That all wounded. So it's a mortal wound in addition to anything else that happens here. So he's down to 3. And I think you need to pass all of these. -2 Ren, so you're at a 5-up save. Doesn't matter, there's a fail. So 4 damage total before anything else swings, and the Shaggoth is dead. At that now, I think that's the end of your turn, so you are managing to get this objective score 2 points, but I think that is about it, sir. Moving on to turn 4, we kind of talked it over at this point. We feel pretty comfortable with, I'm going to call the game there.
I don't feel comfortable with any of this at all.
I'm going to force you to. I'll tap out on your behalf. Awkward left-handed handshake, sir. Good game.
Good game.
Let's do a little post-game chat, talk about the lists. Well, time for a post-game chat. I've said for a while that I think Beastclaw Raiders is my army that would fit my playstyle. I definitely am a fan of them. What do you think? Okay, so
yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. I'm just here to complain. Let's get all the Age of Sigmar haters in the comments leaving this guy grief. Everyone grief the comments. This game is terrible. You should never play it. No, honestly,
that's half the sentiment on some of our videos. I don't think
there's a problem with the chaos list that I'm running here. I just think maybe it's a little too spicy when you get 6 wounds automatically when you hit on a 2+ with a shooting weapon.
Yeah,
these
the
ogres
are pretty
have
bad.
Scopes on their crossbows. Like, is it hitting on a 2+?
It wasn't even the crossbow. It's the beast throwing ice balls at you.
Oh,
he's throwing a big snowball at you. The crossbows hardly did anything.
So wait, they have 2 guns. One of them is throwing literally a snowball.
They've got 3. Yeah, they've got these. He's got the big snowball breath. He's got the chain trap, which is the bear claw on a chain.
He's breathing cold air on you.
Yep.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like like a sphere of ice he's spitting your way, some kind of magical frost ice.
Right.
And then, yeah, there's a guy on his back with a crossbow and a guy on his back with a bear claw and a chain that he can throw at you to do 3 damage.
Hey, it's the buddy system.
It is the buddy system.
It works beautifully.
Now, as far as Age of Sigmar, you said you've played against the Beastclaws once or twice.
I have twice. I played in a tournament. My first 2 opponents were both Beastclaw lovers. And my third opponent was Orcs, and I actually managed to pull out a tie against the Orcs, but it wasn't even close with the Beastclaws.
Okay, so yeah, did they run similar lists to what I run?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, but with Yetis. Yetis running around doing what they do.
Yetis, and were they using more Thunder Tusks, more of the shooting big beast, or more of the Stonehorn, the chargy ones that I use?
Well, it was only 1,000 points, so they used one of the big boys.
Oh, okay.
And then some of the cavalry, and then Yetis, but still very low model count.
But at that point, they might have been higher model count, because, I mean, this was a 2,000 point list that I had 8 models.
Yeah.
Pretty spooky. So yeah, I was super nervous when we got started about this scenario, but the damage potential on these guys is just nuts.
Yeah, there's no downside to your list, because you have mobility, because all of your units are fast.
Right.
You have unbelievable durability because you have all of the damage done to you.
With the Stonehorns, yeah.
And then you also have the hideous units on the table. So I don't know how I could have really outplayed you. It seemed like, there were maybe if I could have taken flying shooting units and flew them on top of the
shot down floating islands.
But even then, you would outshoot me with your scoped out crossbows.
I only had one guy with that. Well, no, I had 2 crossbows, but one of these spheres of ice. So, yeah, we talked about it beforehand, and we figured that, if you could... Well, I did also get lucky on the turn rolls.
Yes, absolutely.
Because there was a couple times that, if you
it could have been a different game if I got the double turn instead of you getting the double.
Or if you had made some charges. Like, if you got the charge with the Glockin and got to swing before I did 17 wounds to him.
Right. Well, we said the Glockin wasn't my model, and I assumed that he would be a lot more impressive in combat. That's why I chose to swing with the Glockin instead of taking the other combat with the Dragon Ogors. If I had known how poor his close combat was, I would have chosen to swing with my unit before it got wiped out.
Well, because that was the turning point for you? Was the choice of combats there?
No, pretty much after we shook hands. And,
we get started?
I saw the way the army list was shaken down.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the Beastclaws, they're a pretty mean list. That being said, I've played one variation of it. I think I got one other game in the vault right now with the Beastclaws, and same idea, they did pretty good.
Have you lost with them?
No spoilers, but I'm still playing them. No. Okay, at this point, guys, if you're not a Vault member, go ahead and check out the other Beastclaw video that I've done. I did pretty well with them. It was basically this game, just repeated.
See, I think a good counter to the Beastclaw Raiders would be more Beastclaw Raiders.
More Beastclaw Raiders. I got a couple different ways. I've got the advantage that, you know, I've read a lot into this army, so I think I've got a fairly good handle on how to play them. I got a couple lists that I think can beat them.
Which factions?
Stormcast. I think I could beat them with Stormcast. Even though the Studio Stormcast collection isn't up to snuff, I think I'd have a shot with them. And there's a couple other ones here, but yeah, you can't let me Alpha Strike. If the Beastclaw Raiders get the Alpha Strike off on you, like I did this game,
and it's pretty much impossible to stop them because they move so fast.
You got to use screening units. So I hit your little screen, like your Marauders.
You mean that amazing screening unit that I used, and you just blew right through it?
It took longer than it should have. But yeah, I mean, there's certain kind of little chaff units you can throw at them. But overall, Beastclaws looking pretty mean. That being said, if you're a viewer and you want to come in and take on the Beastclaws, you know where to find me. I don't know when David White's going to take his army back, but hopefully the studio army is finished by the time he does. Other than that, any final thoughts for the game overall?
No, it was a ton of fun. Beautiful miniatures. I always love playing with well-painted armies on beautiful terrain like this floating stuff. So it was an honor coming here and playing in the Orc Shack, actually.
Yeah, we're filming in the Orc studio. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in. Definitely, hopefully we'll get you back in sometime soonish. And viewers, as always, leave some comments. You can throw them in the comments section, or you can go ahead and shoot me an email at josh@miniwargaming.com. Do my best to get back in a timely fashion. Any rules mistakes that were made, go ahead and point them out in the comments, or again, shoot me an email, and I will do my best to fix those for future games. But realize, you know, we usually film ahead of time, so there might be a couple videos that come out with the same mistakes. Unfortunately, if I don't catch it right away. Other than that, thanks so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome, guys, and as always, happy wargaming. Vault members, go ahead and click the link below to see the next game. It's going to be the Beastclaw Raiders taking on Kyle and the Undead. 2,000 points. If you're not a Vault member, click on the link below anyways. Take you to a 7-day free trial. You get to check out this game as well as every other game we have in the Vault. That's twice as much content because everything we do in pairs. Also gives you access to Chris and Janine's painting tips and tricks. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk today. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome. And as always, happy wargaming.